So to turn on the closed captioning, you go down to the very bottom right of the video and you can see where those two CCs and how it pops up and says subtitles closed captions. And you just click on those two little CCs and then that is when the closed captioning will pop up. Now to turn on a different language, you'll go down next to the CC. There is a little gearbox, which is the settings. You click on that. It will bring up the subtitles. You click on that, and then you're going to hit where it says auto translate and click on that. And you can see a list of different languages, and we'll just pick one. Okay, we'll just pick Burmese for purposes of this and click on that, and you'll see that the closed captions have been changed. So you think you can govern in 2020. Greetings everyone, this is the Gardening Snail of Livingston, California, a small YouTuber just trying to keep the community informed and local government as honest as possible. If you like what I do here, please subscribe to this channel and share these videos to help get the information out to as many people as possible. Every couple of years or so, I take out my storyteller's license and rant about local politics and how some of the candidates for office either never or hardly ever show up for council meetings or otherwise don't seem to have a clue about what they're getting themselves into. Now, I understand that this time around, COVID-19 has reared its ugly head and pretty much dismantled the possibility of physically being present at council meetings. But there still is the phone-in option, and meetings are being streamed on YouTube. Yeah, the audio-video quality isn't the greatest, but at least it's there. This time around, I'm keeping my rant short. If you want to see a longer version of the one I did back in 2018, I'll leave a link in the section below this video. What I will say is that I've said it before and I'll say it again now, the ethical and effective council member of the 21st century will need to be more than just a person who sits behind a dais and votes yes or no. They must be able to comprehend, analyze, and distinguish between a multitude of competing interests, knowing that all decisions made will have implications for the future. They must recognize that the issues facing Livingston won't just impact those living within the city. There are those outside the city limits and sphere of influence that are as important to the cultural and economic health of Livingston as those who live inside. An ethical and effective councilperson must be fully aware of present needs and yet have an eye for the future consequences of any and all actions taken, votes cast, and directions given to city staff in the present. They must understand both the time value of money and the money value of time, spending both taxpayer dollars and city staff time wisely and well. In my 2018 post, I included a partial list of terms any competent councilperson should be aware of, understand, and be able to use in a complete, coherent sentence. For anyone who really wants to be knowledgeable about how city government works, I would strongly suggest they get out a dictionary or do an internet search or talk to someone at City Hall about any of these terms or concepts that they may never have heard of before. Granted, it's only an abbreviated list, an introduction to 21st century city government 101, so to speak, but at least it would give you an idea of the kinds of stuff you would need to know so you don't end up sounding like a damn fool every time you open your mouth. And now, just some of those terms to know. Primary drinking water standards. Things in the water that can make you sick or kill you if you drank enough of it over time. Secondary drinking water standards, things that make the water look and smell yucky but might not necessarily make you sick or kill you. They address issues of aesthetics like discoloration, not health concerns. In California, secondary maximum contaminant levels are enforceable. Arsenic, a semi-metal element in the periodic table. It is odorless and tasteless. It enters drinking water supplies from natural deposits in the earth or from agricultural and industrial practices. Manganese. Manganese is a pinkish gray chemically active element. It is 1 out of 3 toxic essential trace elements, which means that it is not only necessary for humans to survive, but it is also toxic when too high concentrations are present in a human body. When people do not live up to the recommended daily allowances, their health will decrease. But when the uptake is too high, health problems will also occur. Not getting enough, you get sick. Getting too much, you get sick. TCP 123. TCP-containing fumigants were used extensively by farmers in the production of a large variety of crops from the 1950s through the mid-1980s. In California, these fumigants, known by the trade names DD and Telon, were among the most widely used pesticides in the history of the state, second only to sulfur. In 1999, 123-TCP was added to the list of chemicals known to the state to cause cancer. Livingston sued Dow Chemical and netted about $9.5 million to put towards removing the TCP from our drinking water. Mg/L, milligrams per liter or parts per million. Ug/L, micrograms per liter or parts per billion. MCL, maximum contaminant level, the highest level of a toxic substance allowed in drinking water. The Health and Safety Code requires California Department of Public Health to establish a contaminant's maximum contaminant level at a level as close to its public health goal as is technologically and economically feasible, placing primary emphasis on the protection of public health. Like I said earlier, these are only a few of the terms a council member needs to be able to understand if they are going to adequately and ethically address the issues facing Livingston. An expanded list is included in the blog post I did in 2018. A link will be in the description section of this video. If you're subscribed to the channel already, you might want to check and make sure you're still subscribed so you're notified whenever a new video goes live. And subscribe if you're new. Until next time, this is the gardening snail of Livingston, California, because not every critter is hiding under a rock.